Political tensions are escalating in Westminster as the Scottish National Party draws a line in the sand over Palestinian recognition. The SNP has issued an ultimatum to Prime Minister Keir Starmer: recognise Palestinian statehood or face a parliamentary showdown when MPs return from summer recess. This dramatic move comes after Stephen Flynn, the SNP's leader in the UK Parliament, announced that his party would introduce a Palestine recognition bill in September if Starmer doesn't change course. The threat represents a significant challenge to the Prime Minister's Middle East policy, which has been to support Palestinian recognition only as part of a broader peace process. The timing of this announcement is particularly striking. It follows a powerful letter signed by over 220 British MPs from 9 different political parties, including dozens from Starmer's own Labour Party, demanding immediate recognition of Palestinian statehood. This cross-party pressure demonstrates the growing momentum behind the recognition movement within British politics. What makes this situation even more complex is the international context. French President Emmanuel Macron recently indicated that France would recognize Palestine at a UN meeting in September, adding diplomatic pressure on the UK to follow suit. This puts Britain in an increasingly isolated position among its European allies on this issue. Flynn's statement was uncompromising in its language. He accused Starmer of defending the indefensible and called on him to finally find the courage to demand Israel end the war immediately. This rhetoric signals that the SNP views this as more than just a policy disagreement. They are framing it as a moral imperative. The SNP's threat carries real political weight. As a significant opposition party in Parliament, they have the ability to force votes and create uncomfortable moments for the government. Their willingness to introduce legislation on this issue demonstrates their commitment to keeping Palestinian recognition in the public eye, regardless of the government's preferences. For Starmer, this creates a challenging political dynamic. He is already facing pressure from within his own Labour Party, where dozens of MPs have publicly broken ranks to support immediate recognition. Now he faces the prospect of a formal parliamentary battle with the SNP, which could expose divisions within his government and potentially embarrass his administration. The international dimension adds another layer of complexity. While meeting with French and German counterparts, Starmer outlined UK plans to airlift aid to Gaza and evacuate sick and injured children. These humanitarian gestures show the government is trying to demonstrate concern for Palestinian welfare without taking the step of formal recognition. However, critics argue that humanitarian aid, while important, doesn't address the fundamental political question of Palestinian statehood. The SNP and other supporters of recognition see these measures as insufficient responses to what they view as an urgent moral and political issue. The September timeline creates a clear deadline for this political drama. When Parliament resumes after the summer break, all eyes will be on whether Starmer has shifted his position or whether the SNP will follow through on their threat. A Palestine recognition bill would force every MP to take a public position on one of the most contentious issues in international relations. This confrontation also reflects broader questions about British foreign policy independence and moral leadership. Supporters of recognition argue that Britain should lead on human rights issues rather than waiting for international consensus. Critics worry about the implications for Middle East peace efforts and Britain's relationships with key allies. The outcome of this standoff could have lasting implications for UK politics, Middle East diplomacy, and the ongoing conflict in Gaza. Whether Starmer buckles under pressure or holds firm to his current position will be one of the defining political moments when Parliament reconvenes in September.